There is abundant corroborating evidence to confirm the claims of the Bible. Not every person, place, date or fact is in the Bible has been verified by outside sources, but many have, and not one has been shown to be false. Besides this comparison, you need to answer this question. If God was responsible for both the Book of Mormon and the Bible, wouldn't you expect these to agree with each other? In fact, there are many contradictions between the Mormon scriptures and the Bible, because God is incapable of contradiction or deception. Hebrews 6:18. Right, let's read that in a bit. God could not have written them both. Right. Let's have a look at this. Which one is it? Hebrews 6:18. It won't be long. Hebrews 6:18. BibleGateway.com. English Standard Version. So Hebrews 6:18 says, so that by two unchangeable things, in which it is impossible for God to lie, we who have fled for refuge might have strong encouragement to hold fast to the hope set before us. Let's read that again. So that by two unchangeable things, in which it is impossible for God to lie, we who have fled for refuge might have strong encouragement to hold fast to the hope set before us. The nature of God. Let's review what the Mormon scriptures and prophets have taught about God. God the Father is an exalted man from another planet. Right? He came from another species of gods who existed before him in an infinite series of gods who were also men. God is ever evolving. God has a physical body. God the Father had physical relations with a mother god, resulting in millions of spirit babies. Although matter is eternal, God is not. These qualities paint a picture of a God who is finite, changeable, limited, and one of many. In other words, God is pretty much like us, which is the whole point. Here's what the Bible, God's own written word, says about God. God is God, not an exalted man. Hosea 11:9. There is only one God. Isaiah 45:5. God is a spirit. John 4:24. And does not have flesh and bones. Luke 24:39. God is eternal. Isaiah 40:28. God does not change. Malachi 3:6. There has never been a time when God was not completely God. Psalm 92. These qualities present a God who is eternal, unchanging, and unique. And here's something else to consider. The God of the Bible is transcendent. That means he is independent of the universe itself. If God created the universe and all matter, then he couldn't have been a part of it. God had to exist before everything else existed, which is Psalm 92, which means he is self-existent. That means nobody created him. God is the first cause and creator of all things. Science and philosopher agree that in order for the universe to exist, there must be a first cause or an intelligent designer that itself has no cause. Only the God of the Bible fits this description. The person of Jesus, Christianity, would not exist without Jesus Christ. Mormonism treats Jesus as just another man who made good on earth. Essentially, here's what Mormons believe about Jesus. He was a created being and the brother of Lucifer. He was born as a result of Mary having physical relations with God. Jesus had to earn his own salvation, just like the rest of the created beings. Jesus is a greater being than other spirit children on the earth, but he has the same nature. Jesus was a polygamist. The atonement of Jesus took place in the Garden of Gethsemane and was for Adam's sin only. Our salvation begins with the atonement, but is made complete by our good works. Now the Bible gives a dramatically different description of Jesus and his work. Jesus is fully God and one with God the Father. John 10:30. Jesus was born of a virgin through the Holy Spirit. Matthew 1:18-20. Because he is God, Jesus didn't need to be saved. 1 John 5:20. There is no evidence that Jesus ever married once, let alone several times. The atonement of Jesus took place on the cross, and it was effective for all humankind. Romans 5:18. There is no other way to be saved except by faith in Jesus Christ. Acts 4:12 and Ephesians 2:8-9. More than a feeling. Oftentimes when confronted with the truth and teaching of the Bible regarding God, Jesus and salvation, Mormons will become very subjective. They will say that the ultimate test for truth is an inner feeling or a burning in the bosom that tells them that the Latter-day Saint Church is the one true church, and Mormonism is the one true belief system. It's fine to have feelings, but they should never be the final test for truth. Certainly, God produces feelings through the Holy Spirit, but do you think he would ever prompt a person to believe things that contradict his very being and his written word?